Hello everyone. So if you watched my previous episodes, you might already know that I've managed to break my game without realizing it. So I went and had a chat with some of the S.T.A.L.K.E.R communities on how to get around that problem. And in the process I found out that the duty quest that screwed me over would break the main storyline. And so because of that I have good and bad news. I guess I should talk about the bad news first, obviously. Yeah, you might have guessed it already, but I have to start a brand new game. And I mean, I could progress a little bit further and show you some really interesting plot that's coming up very soon. I did mention it before in my previous episode, but as some of you may know, there was a new patch released recently by Desawave, which unfortunately also requires you to restart the game. So what I'm trying to say here is that I've broke my game at the right time, and because the update that Desawave released actually contains some truly amazing fixes. And I mean, they're truly amazing, like 10 out of 10. In fact, they're so amazing that I guess I decided to go through some of the most important ones, and especially the ones that I've seen myself one way or another. So first thing first, and I think the most important one, is that a lot of AI behavior was tweaked and improved, which means that all of the enemies, let that be wildlife or a person, will start reacting a little bit quicker and much more intelligent, which I have to say honestly was a little bit disappointing before. Unfortunately, as you will see in this footage later on, they didn't exactly fix it fully, but at the same time it seems that the ones that do react to me are generally much more aggressive now. I'm happy to see that they are looking into it, because it doesn't really feel like I'm playing on the hardest difficulty, honestly. Also, while improving the AI, they added more enemies to locations such as Darkscape, Forest, Outskirt and the country. For example, I already noticed in the cordon having twice more boars and pigs than there was last time. I feel that could be quite cool because it makes wildlife of the zone a little bit more dangerous, you know. Another fix that they made around AI was that they finally will start to run away from grenades. Why I was always trying to charge my enemies that have grenades was that specific problem, you know. See, what usually used to happen when you fight inside the building is that AI would throw grenades at you through walls, somehow magically, you know, and they end up blowing themselves up, you know. Hopefully now that it is fixed, it will make the battle with the Monolithians in the Dark Valley a bit more intense. It was already quite intense, but we'll see what it's all about, you know. Also, that reminds me of that battle with the military inside Rostock that I had, where one dude was standing inside of a watchtower, and when he noticed me he threw a grenade, which ended up bouncing off a pillar on the side of the building and exploding right under his feet. Hopefully he won't do that mistake twice, right? Yeah, and another fix worth mentioning around AI was is that now when you are sitting inside a car, they actually won't actively ignore you anymore. So I guess I won't be able to hide from that scout helicopter like I did once inside Darkscape. So second most important change in my opinion was the trader rebalance, or trade rebalance. So what they did there is they changed all of the most important places where you can trade and added much more useful stuff to the inventories. Like for example, now there's a much bigger chance to find fuel canisters for sale or inside stashes, which was such a pain in the ass to find previously, as you might remember. It was so bad that I used up 3 vehicles worth of fuel and still was stuck in with all that fat loot that I had in Dark Valley. Oh man, I mean, I'm so happy to see the change, because that means that I can start driving my vehicle around instead of running around and back and forth behind the scenes, since it's pretty boring to watch, you know. But yeah, the fuel canisters do weigh 10 kilos, so you won't be able to run around with a truck ton worth of fuel on you, you know. But I'm hoping those canisters don't disappear after use, and there will be a way to refill them at the gas stations or some other, you know, fuel sources. I heard about something along those lines, but I've never actually managed to find any canisters to confirm if there's any places where you can, you know, refuel. Also, speaking of stashes, they've managed to change the icons for them in this patch as well. What that means is that when you're checking a stash with a purple icon and not taking all of the items, the icon will change to green and will only be removed if you take all of the items out of it. This is actually incredibly smart, because now you can open these stashes and store some of the extra loot or extra load that you are carrying, and then not forget about the place where you hid it while you continue playing the game, you know. I think that's a pretty cool feature, because I personally always forget all these hundreds of places I stuff all my things in whenever I'm overweight, because I don't like running around while being overweight. You just need to use so many coffees for that, or the energy drinks, whatever. Yeah, so another cool fix that I definitely saw coming was the arena fix. It's supposed to be now fully working after this patch, so it will be pretty cool to check that out and see if the local wildlife is better than me in confined space combat, you know. So apart from the things I've mentioned, they fixed the metric ton of other things, including exploits, which, you know, I'm not interested in, since that would really take out the fun out of surviving and on the hardest difficulty, you know. So also they managed to fix a lot of dialogues that were broken before, which actually reminds me that I saw they've done something to grabbing missions, which, you know, screwed me over in the previous episode. And yeah, this brings me back to the playthrough I've been doing, actually. So since I've started the new game and I need to take some extra time to get back into the exact location I stopped the series on in order to continue with it, this kind of in turn means that I most probably will not going to be releasing any further Lost Alpha footage until I replay everything in the exact same order I've done it before, you know. I'm not sure how long that will take me, but don't worry, it shouldn't be that long, because I have a bit of an extra time coming up right now. So in the meantime, I was meddling with an idea to start another series, actually, and had a couple of ideas of what I want to play, but I do encourage you to drop me a comment down below, or just a message on the Twitter with your suggestions on what I should play next and that you lot would like to see, you know. So anyways, thanks for watching, and I'll see you later.